Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we bring you breaking news coming out of Iran's southern coastline, where a powerful blast has been reported in a key Gulf city, sending shockwaves through the region and raising urgent questions about safety, security, and the broader regional context. According to early reports from local media and eyewitnesses on the ground, a large explosion struck a residential area in the Iranian port city of Bandar Abbas, one of the country's most important maritime hubs located along the Persian Gulf. The explosion occurred in the afternoon, at a time when streets were active and residential buildings were occupied. Residents described hearing a loud, thunderous sound that rattled windows several blocks away. Some initially thought it was an earthquake, while others feared a deliberate attack due to the city's strategic location. Thick smoke quickly filled the air, and debris was seen scattered across nearby roads as emergency sirens echoed through the neighborhood. Bandar Abbas is not just any city. It is home to Iran's most vital commercial ports and sits close to the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway through which a significant portion of the world's oil supply passes each day. Because of this, any incident in or around the city immediately draws domestic and international attention. Within minutes of the blast, images and videos began circulating on social media, showing damaged buildings, shattered glass, and panicked residents fleeing the area. Iranian state media later confirmed that the explosion originated from a multi-story residential building. Initial assessments indicated that at least 2 floors of the building were heavily damaged, with parts of the structure partially collapsing. Firefighters and emergency medical teams rushed to the scene, cordoning off the area and beginning rescue operations. Ambulances transported the injured to nearby hospitals, while firefighters worked to extinguish flames and prevent secondary explosions. Local officials reported that at least 1 person was killed in the blast, with more than a dozen others injured. Some of the wounded suffered burns, while others were hurt by falling debris or shattered glass. Hospitals in Bandar Abbas were placed on high alert, and medical staff worked to stabilize the injured as concerned family members gathered outside emergency rooms awaiting news. Eyewitness accounts painted a picture of chaos and fear. Residents living nearby described feeling the ground shake beneath their feet. One witness said the sound was so powerful that it felt like the sky had cracked open. Another resident reported that windows in their apartment shattered instantly, and dust filled the air, making it difficult to breathe. Shopkeepers nearby said they rushed outside after the blast, fearing more explosions could follow. Authorities moved quickly to reassure the public. The Provincial Crisis Management Office stated that the explosion appeared to be accidental, with early evidence pointing toward a gas leak inside the building. Iran has experienced similar incidents in the past, particularly in older residential areas where gas infrastructure can be outdated or poorly maintained. Officials emphasized that there were no signs at that stage of sabotage or foreign involvement. Despite these reassurances, the timing and location of the blast inevitably fueled speculation. Bandar Abbas hosts both civilian port facilities and military installations, including naval assets. In recent months, tensions in the region have been high, with increased military activity in the Persian Gulf and ongoing disputes involving Iran, the United States, and regional allies. As a result, any explosion in such a sensitive area quickly becomes the subject of intense scrutiny. Iranian military spokespeople were quick to dismiss rumors circulating online that the blast was linked to an attack on military or Revolutionary Guard facilities. They stated clearly that the explosion occurred in a civilian residential building and had no connection to military operations. State media echoed these statements, urging the public not to spread unverified information that could cause panic. As rescue operations continued, teams searched the damaged building for anyone who might still be trapped under the rubble. Heavy machinery was brought in to carefully remove debris, while firefighters monitored the site for lingering gas leaks. Nearby buildings were evacuated as a precaution, and utility services were temporarily shut off in the area to prevent further incidents. For residents of Bandar Abbas, the explosion reignited concerns about everyday safety. Gas leaks are a known risk in many parts of the country, and such incidents often prompt renewed calls for stricter safety regulations and regular inspections. Some residents expressed anger, saying that warnings about gas infrastructure are often ignored until tragedy strikes. Others voiced fear, questioning whether their own homes might be vulnerable. The human impact of the blast extended beyond the immediate casualties. Families who lost loved ones or saw their homes damaged faced sudden displacement and emotional trauma. Community members gathered to offer support, bringing food, water, and blankets to those affected. Local charities and volunteers began organizing assistance efforts for families who could not return to their homes. International media quickly picked up the story, highlighting both the human toll and the broader implications. Analysts noted that while accidental gas explosions are not uncommon, the strategic importance of Bandar Abbas means that any major incident there resonates far beyond Iran's borders. Markets and energy analysts briefly monitored developments, watching for any disruption to port operations or shipping traffic in the Gulf. Iranian officials stated that port activities and maritime traffic were not affected by the blast. The explosion occurred in a residential area away from the main port terminals, and shipping through the Strait of Hormuz continued as normal. Nevertheless, the incident served as a reminder of how fragile infrastructure incidents can quickly escalate into wider concerns when they occur in critical locations. As night fell, the scene of the explosion remained active with emergency crews working under floodlights. Investigators began collecting evidence, examining gas lines, and interviewing residents to piece together the sequence of events leading up to the blast. Authorities promised a full investigation and said they would hold responsible parties accountable if negligence was found. Public reaction across Iran was mixed. Some expressed sympathy and solidarity with the victims, while others questioned why safety standards remain inconsistent in many urban areas. Social media users shared memories of past explosions and called for systemic reforms rather than temporary fixes. The incident became a trending topic online, reflecting widespread concern. The explosion also comes at a time when Iran is under significant economic pressure due to sanctions, inflation, and infrastructure strain. Budget constraints can impact maintenance and modernization of public utilities, including gas systems. Experts have long warned that without sustained investment, accidents like this are likely to continue. Regionally, the blast added another layer of tension to an already volatile environment. Although officials insisted it was an accident, regional observers noted that misinformation can quickly spread and escalate misunderstandings. Diplomatic sources emphasized the importance of transparency and timely communication to prevent rumors from turning into diplomatic crises. As of the latest updates, authorities have stabilized the situation at the site, and no further explosions have been reported. The injured are receiving medical care, and structural assessments are underway to determine whether nearby buildings are safe for residents to return. Counseling services are being offered to those traumatized by the incident. This incident serves as a sobering reminder that not all major explosions are acts of war or sabotage. Sometimes everyday infrastructure failures can be just as deadly and disruptive. Yet, in regions marked by geopolitical tension, even accidental events can have far-reaching consequences if not handled carefully. Investigations in the coming days are expected to provide clearer answers about what caused the blast and whether safety protocols were followed. Authorities have urged the public to remain calm and rely on official sources for information as the situation develops. For now, the people of Bandar Abbas are left to process the shock, mourn the loss of life, and hope that lessons will be learned to prevent similar tragedies in the future. We will continue to monitor this developing story closely and bring you verified updates as more information becomes available.